what became of Musa Sadr, a popular and influential Lebanese Shia cleric who mysteriously vanished while on a trip to Libya in 1978. It's a question that has stumped investigators and millions of others around the world. Some believe the revered figure might still be alive, but highly unlikely. Time to sort out fact from fiction here on Decoded. Musa Sadr was an Iranian-born Lebanese cleric who received a traditional Islamic education in Al-Najaf in Iraq. He would go on to study political economy and law at Tehran University. He then moved to Lebanon. There, he rallied for the rights of the marginalized Shia community who were beholden to a handful of powerful feudal landowners and badly represented in Lebanon's sectarian power-sharing system. Sadr established vocational centers, orphanages, and Islamic institutes and lobbied the government for a more equitable distribution of state resources. Speaking with Persian accentuated Arabic, his striking physical appearance and energy earned Sadr respect across sectarian divides, especially among Palestinians launching attacks into Israel from southern Lebanon after the Nakba. Southern Lebanon, including Sadr's Shia constituents, inevitably bore the brunt of Israeli retaliation. In response, Musa Sadr founded the AMAL Party, which is still influential in Lebanese politics, as this man will testify to a bit later in the program. Another of Musa's relatives, Musa al Sadr, has established himself as a leading political and religious figure in Iraq. In August 1978, Musa Sadr vanished on a trip to Libya, which was then under the control of Muammar Gaddafi. And this is where his story goes cold. He has not been seen or heard of since and is believed to have perished in Libya at the hands of Muammar Gaddafi. Other conspiracies around Musa Sadr's disappearance suggest he was killed on the orders of Iran's Reza Shah Pahlavi, or the Israelis, or even the PLO, who all had at some stage personal gripes with Sadr's influence. Musa al Sadr's disappearance left the AMAL movement unsure how to best deal with Khomeini in Iran and his regime after the success of the Iranian Revolution. Internal disagreements caused a fracture that saw the birth of the Hezbollah movement. It wasn't until the removal of Gaddafi in 2011 that hope revived that the missing cleric's fate would finally be determined. But all lines of enquiry went dead, despite a Lebanese delegation arriving in Tripoli in late 2011 to investigate Sadr's disappearance. But there are still clues left. For example, Hannibal Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi's son, was 2 years old when Musa Sadr vanished. Hannibal is currently held in Lebanon on 2 charges in connection to Sadr's disappearance, but he denies any knowledge of the cleric's fate. It's also unlikely Hannibal even knew who Sadr was until much later in life, if at all. No evidence in Libya was found after Gaddafi's death linking him to the suspected crime. The missing Sadr is perhaps one case where the people who know what happened are no longer alive. And given the shifting nature of Libyan sands is a secret the Sahara Desert will only reveal when it wants to. Do you know what happened to Musa Sadr? Leave your comments on our YouTube page. I'm on Twitter @Ali_Muslim.